So my name is Eric Abisror, and this is my wife.
I'm Danica.
And so we have been serving with Reaching and Teaching International Ministries in Argentina for the last 4 years. And we have 5 kids.
Our oldest, his name is Josiah. He's 12. Then there's Jackson is 11. Then we've got Isaac. He's 9. Benjamin is 7. And Logan is 4.
The basic mission of Reaching and Teaching is to make disciples and establish healthy local churches and train local leaderships in the countries that missionaries serve in.
We live in a city called Cordoba, and it's the second largest city in Argentina. It's in the center of Argentina, about 6 hours from the capital. We're in the middle of a big city with lots of people, but we have a neighborhood. We have sidewalks and trees and houses that are concrete block, but look similar to houses you might find in the States. We have a home that fits our family well. We're pretty grateful for just the way that God brought us to that neighborhood. And we have neighbors and friends that we've been able to get to know. It's near our church. Our church is in another part of the city, but not too far. We can actually walk there.
Our church is a wonderful, wonderful church. We're just so grateful for how we were able to just get plugged in. The name of the church is...
Iglesia Bíblica Bautista Crecer.
We're traveling to different cities in Argentina, and we're doing seminary type training. So that's part of our mission of Reaching and Teaching, of training local leaders and establishing healthy churches. So that really is our goal, is to see healthy churches planted. We wanted to go to Argentina because we realized before going that there exists what we call a theological famine. And where there are believers, but there is a lack of discipleship, there's a lack of healthy churches, there's a lack of biblical teaching, and a lack of biblical resources. And so all of that kind of comes together, and when there are believers that need all of that to kind of survive, spiritually, there's just this theological famine. And so in many ways, Argentina, Latin America has been kind of evangelized, but it's needing to almost be re-evangelized, because there exists so many unhealthy churches, and because there just exists in so many communities no churches at all. Some of the ways that people can support us and care for us on the mission field, one of the best ways, and this sounds odd maybe because it's not directly related to us, but we just try to encourage people, just be a good church member. Just love your local church, because in many ways, if that's not happening in your life, then that honestly affects us as missionaries.
That involves also just being faithful to the Lord yourself, because your walk with the Lord, you think it's just me and the Lord or my little sin that I'm struggling with, but it actually oftentimes filters out into the community of faith, and then that community of faith suffers, and so when you're the body, and that also it reaches the mission field in ways that you wouldn't think about.
Just contact. I think one of the things that missionaries love, especially when they're overseas, is sometimes they get lonely. So when you send out a newsletter, just responding and just say, hey, we're praying for you, or somehow some form of communication, maybe prayer. Would you say?
For sure, prayer, and if they want to support us financially, if you all want to support us financially, there's always links to our website and continued through the church as well.
And we always tell people, if you just want to encourage missionaries, sometimes they'd probably be just thrilled to just have somebody come and visit. Follow us at abisrorsabroad.com. And we have a blog that we try to keep, we try to update, and then we also have a newsletter that we try to send out every couple months.